Hi, I'm Dana, and I'm trying various new things in this setup, so I'm praying that it all turns out nice. It might not. This could be the worst video I've ever done. I've changed. I'm filming through my iPhone, but with my laptop because I've got a mic now, and that has to plug into my iPhone. But that means that I can't plug directly into my. I can't do it the way I usually am, but I'm trying my best, and it's stressing me out. So I'm just gonna film the video. Maybe there's gonna be no sound. Maybe it'll be really poor sound. Maybe there's no video. I don't know. I'm just gonna try. Okay. We're doing another Burnout Diaries video. I'll link the first one here if anyone's new. And I feel like I'm doing it like very soon after the last one. But it's one of those things where like the topic is going to be how fucking non-linear the recovery burnout is because it's annoying me. Like truly every time I think that I've like gotten somewhere and then I'm coming out of it a bit and things are getting a bit easier again, it all goes 3 steps backwards for the 1 step forward, you know? And I am increasingly aware that I am perhaps not relaxing and resting and looking after myself quite as much as I thought I was. I'm very aware that I put like a decent amount of pressure on myself, and it's one of those things where I have to. I don't have any support. I don't have anyone doing anything for me. I don't have anyone helping me with things. Like I have online friends that are very supportive and that I very, very deeply appreciate, and that makes my life easier in the way that they can. But also like if I don't put pressure on myself to go out and buy groceries, to cook food, to post videos, like it's stuff that just won't get done, and then I'm going to suffer for it because it hasn't been done, you know? Hi baby boy, do you want to come sit? You know, like I'm aware that I'm still putting pressures on myself that I could probably realistically do with not having, but they're the pressures of being alive as an adult without support. You know, like I can't just turn them off, I can't just ignore them. If I ignore them, it's just going to end up worse. Speaking of, I still haven't sorted my fucking council tax. I did manage to make my first phone call in like, I want to say maybe a full year, maybe longer. It's my first phone call I've had to do it in a really long time. And it was a fairly low importance one to Zoo Plus because they've lost my order. I ordered his food. Massive thank you to anyone that bought any of it on the Amazon wish list because it means he stayed fed. I would have gone out and bought him food, like I would have figured something out. He's not going hungry, but it made my life so much fucking easier. So I made my little phone call and was like, hi, my order hasn't arrived and also you have the wrong email address, and got it sorted. But it's one of those things where like I've been submitting the online request form every day for like 2 weeks and like they weren't getting back to me, so I was like, I'm going to have to phone. So it took me a full week of being like, I'm gonna have to phone because I've been submitting this online form for the last week and it hasn't gone through. So it's the week of building myself up to it and every day waking up and being like, I need to do that. And I just know that I can't do it today, you know. And it's the thing of lots of people want to be like, oh, just force yourself to do it, just make yourself do it. If I phone someone on a day when I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to be able to speak. They're gonna answer and be like, hello, how can I help you? And I'm gonna be like, and not be able to say anything, and they're going to say hello a few times, and that's going to stress me out even more, and I'm going to hang up and I'm not going to actually make the phone call. That's the fact of being a disabled person, that's being autistic. When I say that I can't do something, 9 times out of 10 it's a case of like I physically literally will not be able to do it. It's not a little like, oh, but it makes me anxious. Like, I can't do it. I do have to wait for the day where I'm like, I feel actually like prepared enough. I feel like I have the energy. I feel like this is something that I'll actually be able to do today. And I'm still gonna stutter, and it's still gonna take me like 3 hours to get myself to actually make the phone call and like be staring at the phone and be shaking and be so fucking anxious. It absolutely fucking horrifies me. So often it's like so difficult to actually like, it's just such a whole entire thing. And then afterwards, threw up. Love that. So like, I throw up from anxiety quite often. I'm a thrower upper, and usually it's beforehand. So I wasn't expecting it, and that was not very fun. But we dealt with it. We did the phone call, and I'm increasingly realising that I'm gonna have to phone up about my council tax. But that's the kind of thing where I have to like explain a lot more and answer a lot more questions, and I find that much harder and much more difficult. And I'm absolutely dreading it, but I know that I'm going to have to. And it's the kind of thing that like a year and a half ago, it still would have been fucking hard. I still would have really fucking struggled. I would have had it done by now. And it's the mixture of like skill regression and increased anxiety, and like the increase of like general day-to-day anxiety, so then having something making me anxious on top of that, and also having it feel like it just makes me more anxious than it usually does. It's one of those things where it was just like a real big realization of this thing that I already found incredibly difficult to do actually feels way, way, way harder than it ever has before, and that's shit. We also have the added thing of like, my hair doesn't look good. I washed it yesterday. Normally, the day after I've washed my hair, it looks cute, it looks nice. I did everything I normally do. I don't know why it doesn't look good. I don't know why it doesn't even feel nice. It doesn't even feel particularly clean. And it usually would. And I'm like, why can't I wash my hair properly? Why can I not wash my hair properly? What the fuck is up with this? What is that? And to be fair, some level of it is that I got like fancy shampoo and conditioner bars that I don't think are actually doing a great job like for my hair. But also like I've been using them for the last few months and it hasn't looked this bad. So what's up with that? Have I actually just lost the ability to properly wash and prepare my own hair? What is it? I also, to be fair, I do think it's related to my period, but like I have really, like, I'm gonna have a bath today for sure, and I've been saying that for weeks. But I very like having a bath. I've talked about this before. It feels like such an ordeal. Like getting it all filled up. I have to wash the bath and have a shower before I get in because otherwise I'm just sat in my own filth and it's gross. So I shower, wash my bath, fill up the bath, get all of my shit into there, have like an hour to actually relax and enjoy being in the bath and feel my body actually fucking relax and my muscles feel better. And then all the stress of getting out and moisturising and drying off and draining the bath and cleaning the bath again because I've used the bath bombs and now it's all like gross. Like it just is so many steps for such limited reward that I very, very much wait until like I'm not like if I did it earlier, I perhaps wouldn't end up progressing to this point, but I wait for the point when I'm like, I'm in so much fucking pain. My body hurts. Laying in bed hurts. Sitting in this chair hurts. Walking somewhere, standing anywhere, all of it, every part of it, it all just fucking hurts. And because having a bath is such an ordeal, I wait until it all fucking hurts before I bother to do that and feel better. Yeah, like I know that burnout doesn't like go away overnight and it is something you have to actively recover from and it's slow going and it's not linear, but like fuck does it suck to really experience that, you know? Like having the days where I'm like, oh, I actually feel like kind of like myself and like I can do things and like I can be a productive human being, and then have like I've had a few days like that and then it's right back to like I don't feel like I can physically get like garner the energy to do anything. And I've gotten comments from people who, quite a few of you I've blocked to be honest with you because they were really arsehole comments, being like, well, if you actually just got up and started doing it, you'd probably find it isn't that bad. And like, I've gotten up and started doing it, you prick. That's why I know that it is that bad, because I get up to start doing it and then I feel dizzy. I feel like I'm in even more pain, or I actually can't do the thing regardless. Like, I don't understand why so many people seem to think that disabled people just haven't bothered to try to do the thing. Like, I've tried, that's how I know I can't do it, or it makes things worse for me. But getting comments like that is just part of making this type of content online. And 95% of comments are really lovely and helpful and relatable and like, you know, it happens. But it's one of those things that's just, I think it frustrates me so much because that's to some degree it is how my brain is still, like that's still what my brain's telling me. You know, as much as I am and have worked and am working on like my internalized ableism and all that kind of shit, it's there. You know, like there's a reason I'm still having to work on it and have had to work on it because it's there. So like I think those types of comments get to me so much because it's what my brain is telling me. It's like just get up and just fucking do it. You know? And it's the type of thing where like I can't. You know, like when it's already taking so much energy to make one very small, simple phone call, or to sit in front of a camera and talk about how I feel, or to run a bath, like it's just so fucking much. And to be fair, I am quite proud of myself for being able to maintain like my general house chores, more or less. I could be a bit more on top of my laundry and getting it put away and stuff. But like I do my dishes every morning, I scoop Otis's tray every morning. I've been hoovering most mornings now that my housemate isn't here and fast asleep all day. It's, you know, I do my best, and in a lot of ways I'm doing okay, and things could be a hell of a lot worse, but things could also be a lot better, and a lot of things are a real fucking struggle, and a lot of things, even though I am like keeping on top of them, I'm barely keeping on top of them, and it's really hard. And it just feels like I'm like my own body and brain are tricking me every now and again and being like, things get better, you're gonna be okay. And I'm like, oh thank God, this is so much better, and then I'm just like right back to where I was. And that's not my favourite thing in the world. But I also, like I said, like it's one thing to understand that that's how it works, it's another thing to be experiencing it working like that. I won't, man. And I've just gotta keep trying to be kind to myself, keep trying to rest and relax, just like I feel like I am doing like more or less the right things for myself. Yes, it would be nice to like reduce some of the pressures that I have, but those are the pressures of being alive. I can't really do anything about them. I can look after myself and try to be kind to myself and that, and I am. And I think that's what's been helping so far. And it's just a case of perseverance and keeping at it and just. Yeah, like it's one of those things where this sucks, but I've been in worse places, I've been in worse situations. I just have to try and deal with what I've got. And I'll give also, I do think that some level of this setback is that it is increasingly very real and in my face that I need to move. I need to move house. I need to figure out what area I'm moving to. I need to find a place. I need to apply for places. I need to like get my fucking paperwork in order for the application so I can show people like what I earn and what my incomings are and all of that stuff. Like there is so much stuff that I need to do in order to survive. And I also need money in order to do that, but I don't know where I'm getting it from or how, like what I'm doing in regards to that. So like, can I segue that into being like, follow me on TikTok? I'm still a good bit away from having enough followers to actually make any money on there or the views, and I haven't fucking made any TikToks in quite a while. But I am realistically, if I want to be able to afford shit, going to have to figure something out. I'm also considering that I have like these little paintings on easels that I think I'm gonna sell, even though I really like them. Like the intention was to sell them, but I got really attached to them. But I think I'm gonna try to sell them. And I also like I made all of my puppet tusk puppets and really enjoyed that. And then I made a Jareth one for a friend. I think I don't know how to go about anything. Like I want to open up commissions and have you guys be able to pay me to make you a little paper puppet of your favourite characters or of you, or like, you know, whatever you want. Give me a person, I'll make a little paper puppet out of them. It'll be really cute and fun. But then like I don't know where to advertise that. I don't know how to like put the word out there. I don't know how much to charge for them. Like everything feels like just so many steps and so much work and so much effort and so much energy, and I don't, you know, so often it's a case of like I would put all of that into it. I just literally I don't know where to start or where to begin or how to do any of it, or like all of it just goes right over my head. And because I seem so capable and like I have all of these abilities, people think that they don't need to like explain it in extreme detail to me, but they really do. I don't understand anything. I don't know what's happening. I am so confused by most things that people find simple. And this stretch of burnout has not helped that, but Otis helps it. Shall I do that thing again where I show you him? I have to like stop the video on my laptop and not my camera. This changes everything. So yeah, follow me on TikTok if you fancy it. You can also find me on Instagram or Blue Sky. You can also find me over on Patreon if you wanted to help like that, and that means that you can also, I mean, anyone can get access to the Discord. You can literally just DM me asking for the link, and if you're an adult and not under the age of 18 and not a prick, then you can have the link. I'll send you it. But you can also join my Patreon and give me money that way, and that'd be lovely. And you can also do like a one-time donation over on Ko-fi if you fancy it, if you want to. It's optional. Everything is optional. You don't have to do anything. So I'm gonna show you Otis and do my little outro thing. He's gonna move. I want to finish my tea first. See, that's finished now. Please don't move. Please let me show you to the people. Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna have to. This is a project. There we go. There's my little man. You're so handsome. You're so pretty. You're so gorgeous. You're so loved, my baby. He's just a baby. So yeah, whoever you are, wherever you are, have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And we will see you again in a couple of days, won't we, little baby goat boy? The little tiny baby man. The sweetest boy in all the land.